So we loved hearing about the new aggressive growth strategy kind of outlined by Bojangles. Can you break that down for me and what markets you would like to penetrate?
Yes. So as you know, the brand is 44 years old, about close to 800 restaurants in almost 18 states. But our stronghold, it has mainly been the Carolinas, Georgia, Virginia for many years. So the brand is growing through the Southwest all the way up to Texas. We have a couple exciting announcements coming for Texas, and then all the way up Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, in the Northeast, getting to New Jersey and New York. So that's the area of focus. For us, growth has to be thoughtful, strategic, and contiguous. We don't want to be jumping states. We want to do it in a very thoughtful manner.
Hmm. And how do you kind of determine what market is best for you and what that thoughtful strategy looks like?
So we have a real estate analytics tool, has about 120 variables that we look for, and we ranked the top DMAs in the country, and that's how we determine where we wanted to go. One of the key variables that we look at in consumption, we look at exodus from the Southeast. So people that have lived or passed through the Southeast and now they're living in Columbus, Ohio, or Newark, New Jersey, and so on.
Okay, that makes sense. And they're kind of homesick for the restaurant brand that they remember then.
Right. They've tried it, they want it, and they don't have it where they live today. So that's part of the thinking process.
Hmm. And how many stores are you guys looking to open up over the next, let's say, year?
So it's scaling up. We came over and took over the brand about almost 3 years ago. And the first couple of years was a lot of setting the foundation, modernizing the brand, and getting it ready for growth. So this year we'll finish close to the 50 range. Next year we're targeting close to the 80 range, and then it stair steps up to about 100 a year thereafter.
Okay, that's amazing. And probably a big part of that strategy is your relationship with franchisees. So how are you guys attracting new franchisees and maybe getting pre-existing franchisees to open up more stores?
Yes, it's a great question. I think a, a testament to the confidence of the management team and the direction of the brand is existing franchisees wanting to grow with us, right? So for when we got here, they were sitting in the sidelines waiting to see what was going to happen. And now after a couple of years with the new management team, they've realized that AUVs are growing. We're almost close to $2 million right now. So we've added $200,000 in the last couple of years. So they're seeing top line sales grow. They're seeing unit count grow, and they're seeing flow through grow. So they're making more money per unit, and the financials speak for themselves. So when they see the returns, they want to keep growing with the brand. So we lead with the financials for the brand that are very strong. We lead with the argument that our food is made from scratch. We don't have microwaves. We cook our biscuits. We bake them every 20 minutes fresh. We marinate the chicken. It's not frozen. We have 40% of the sales before 11 a.m. We're one of the few brands in the marketplace that has almost $900,000 of sales before 11 a.m. So that is a very strong value proposition for any investor, any franchisee that is considering Bojangles.
I think that's such a differentiator. Must be those biscuits, right?
It's the biscuits. We have this pouch, we call it the biscuit magic. It makes the biscuit just taste delicious, and the food honestly sells itself. It's better than any marketing. If you have a great operator that is in the restaurant servicing the community, and you provide a great product, it's better than any marketing campaign you can put out.
Mm-hmm. And that definitely is probably a great way to stay competitive. Obviously, since chicken is such a huge category right now, chicken is really grown during the pandemic. And so how are you guys continuing to stay competitive then?
So you mentioned the new chicken sandwich. That's part of how we stay competitive. It took us almost 2 years of research and development to get that sandwich to the perfect stage. We the components that went into the bun, the mayonnaise, the thickness of the pickles, the crispiness of the chicken, what breading. It took so much scientific work that it took 24 months. So we were arguably one of the last ones, but we think through consumer testing, we believe that we have arguably the best product out there. We beat our competitors 5-1 and 3-1 in blind testing.
Mhm. Slow and steady wins the race, right?
It does.
So how important would you say innovation is, menu or tech-wise, or any other categories to your brand?
It's arguably one of the most important things we need to do as a brand to stay relevant. So we hired Marshall Scarborough from Wendy's to lead our food innovation team. And he has a 5-year roadmap by menu layer, thinking through what does a beverage platform look like? What does a dessert platform look like? Salads and so on, going through every layer of the menu, and a very thoughtful approach on how to bring new products and innovation without bringing complexity to the kitchen, right? So complexity for us is a combination of labor, SKUs, and time, and managing those three variables to make it easy on the operation while bringing new products. And then to your second question on technology, we recently launched our new app. We're starting to mandate digital menu boards and a full digital experience in all restaurants. We're remodeling a lot of our legacy base and adding the digital component to those restaurants.
And so how do you continue innovating, kind of adding more to your menu with supply chain issues and, as you mentioned, some labor challenges as well?
Well, it's about choices, right? You cannot add everything at the same time. You need to be strategic. You need to have backup suppliers. You need to think through lead times and how to create enough inventory to fulfill the demand. So before a product makes it all the way down to the restaurant level, it has gone through a lot of testing, both consumer testing, operational testing. We need to do financial analysis to make sure that we're rolling out the right products. So it's a long process, and it takes a whole team to make a successful product launch.
Yep, I'm sure. And in what other ways besides pure numbers and kind of opening stores is Bojangles looking to grow?
Well, I think it comes down to the quality of the operator. We're being very, very selective on who joins our family. We go through at least 3 to 6 months of screening, financial screening, operational screening, legal screening, to make sure that we are going to have a successful relationship. It's a 20-year agreement. And if Chris or Joe or Paul are considering our brand, we want to make sure that those three individuals, three groups are the right ones. So we look for previous restaurant experience, multi-unit retail, restaurant tours, people that actually have run operations. And those are some of the common denominators when we're searching for the right franchisee.
Mm-hmm. And then finally, I think I would ask, I always love asking operators this, what is on your to-do list in the near future, and kind of more pie in the sky, what's on your wish list for the brand?
What a great question. Short term, fixing the labor and supply challenges that the whole industry is facing right now. Those are strong headwinds for all of us. So we're testing different initiatives on the labor front. We're coming up with backup suppliers and different plans on supply chain. I think that's the immediate need, getting product, getting restaurants open, and getting people in the restaurants with the right culture. I think bigger dream, more 3, 4, 5, 6 years out, is creating a culture that's grounded on hospitality and service, and bringing a consistent product, remodeling all of our restaurants, Our new design is beautiful. And we're opening the first one here in the Carolinas in the next few weeks. And I think when you put culture, when you put the new menu, when you put the new building, the new experience together, it's a recipe for success.